Hi everybody. Here we are for week 2 breathing and relaxation. So I hope you had a chance to do our Mula moves for this week in our games and activities. If you haven't had a chance to do that yet, jump on over after we're done here and you can do that. But breathing and relaxation can be done anytime. I would love it if you guys did it every day because it really does help to just take just a few minutes every day to calm yourself down. Okay? So before we get started, why didn't anybody tell me that Nuna was chewing the eyeball out of our lizard last time? I was so happy playing yoga games with you guys, I didn't even notice. But I'm happy to say it is missing an eye, but otherwise he's totally fine. So I'm going to sew him up when he dries off because he's kind of slobbery right now. But he's fine. Nuna's fine. And she doesn't get to play flying animals with us anymore. So you will need a stuffed animal or something that's somewhat interesting looking for our relaxation, okay? So whatever you choose to have, you can just set it off to the side for right now, and we'll get it. And there's no dogs around, so nobody else is going to chew on that. So our breathing for this week, all you need is your hands. So I'll show you what we do. So what we're going to do is you just trace around the outside of your hand with your other finger, right? You can pretend like it's a pencil and you're tracing it on paper, right? And we're going to go all the way around. But when we go up, we're going to breathe in. And when we go down, we're going to breathe out. Up is in. Down is out. In. Out. In. Out. Keep going. And remember, if you go fast, it's kind of cheating, so don't go fast. Now this hand wants a turn. So now we're going to trace this one. So in is up, and when we go down, we breathe out. And just keep going. In and out. In and out. Very nice. Now, I like tracing hands because you can do that anytime, anywhere, and for any reason. If you're angry, you can sit there and maybe when you start doing it, you're going kind of fast. And then maybe the next time, the second time you do it, you slow down a little bit. The third time you do it, it's even slower. Maybe if you're scared or you're worried, even if you're bored, or even if you have something important you're getting ready to do, like when we get back to school and you're about ready to take a test, right? And you know that you really need to pay attention and focus and do your best. If you do this, for some reason, touching our fingers helps our brain get really ready to pay attention. And so that's fantastic. And if you do that under the table, nobody knows you're doing it. You do it at night if you wake up from a bad dream, because you don't need to even see your hands. You can just feel it. So I really love tracing hands. It's a really, really good one. And sometimes I have to do it 3 or 4 or 5 times on each hand before I start to feel calmer. So just play with that. Okay? So now for our relaxation, we're going to use our stuffed animal or any other object you got. I want you to put it, if you have a mat, you can put it on one side of your mat. If you're just practicing yoga on the floor, you can just put it on the floor. But we're going to lay down on our belly buttons, and I want you to get comfortable so you can see it. Okay? We're not going to touch it. We're just going to see it. Take a deep breath, and I want you to start to notice the colors on whatever object you have. And don't say them out loud, just think about them. Maybe there's one color, but maybe even in that color there's some bright spots, and maybe there's some shadows. Maybe you have lots of colors. Look all over whatever you have. Good. Now I want you to see how big it is. Is it bigger than your hand? Or maybe it's smaller. If it's smaller, is it as small as your thumb? Or maybe, like on mine, part of it, one thing on my animal is smaller than my thumb. Maybe you can tell what texture it is. Maybe you can guess what it would feel like. because maybe you see fuzzy, furry things, or maybe it looks hard. Now you can pick it up and feel how heavy it is. Shouldn't be too heavy. There we go. What if we smell it? Does it have a smell? Mine smells like a dog. So now for a relaxation, I want you to roll over. And if your object is kind of small and it's not very big, you can put it on your belly button. If it is kind of big, you can put it up here by your head, but on the floor, okay? So wherever it is, I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And I want you to try to remember what colors you saw. Good. Was it bigger than your hand? Was it smaller than your thumb? What was it made out of? What would it feel like? When you picked it up, was it heavy or light? When you smelled it, did it have a smell? Take a deep breath in and just try to remember what it looked like. One more deep breath in. Good job. Now you can open your eyes, roll over. You can look at it while you're sitting up. Did you do a good job remembering? I did. All right. So with your object in your lap or in between your hands if it's small enough, hands brought together, and remember at the end of each yoga class we say namaste. And namaste means that all the good and wonderful and kind things in me, my light, sees and loves and cares about all the good and wonderful things in you, your light. So my light sees your light. And the great thing about it is we don't even have to be with each other for our lights to care about each other. Okay? I really care about you, and thank you so much for doing yoga with me. Okay, ready? Namaste. Bye, guys. I'll see you next week, okay? Be good.